In a perfect world, Bombshell will be based on purely fictional events. But while some of the movie's storylines have been drawn up for dramatic effect, its fundamentals center around the real-life experiences of women who brought the Fox News scandal to light. Real-life story. Bombshell is the first film adaptation to relay the chilling events of the Fox News scandal. Previously, the scandal was depicted in the miniseries The Loudest Voice, which was based on the biography The Loudest Voice in the Room, written by Gabriel Sherman. This biography told the real-life story of the rise and fall of the late Fox News CEO and chairman, Roger Ailes. Bombshell stars A-lister Charlize Theron, Margot Robbie, and Nicole Kidman. And while some of the movie's storylines are fictional, its core message is based on disturbing real-life events. The movie dives deep into the past, telling the story of how multiple women were exploited and harassed by Roger Ailes, a man who used his position of power in the most despicable way possible. While Ailes had a long string of allegations against him, Bombshell focuses on the events that took place in 2016. This is the year that news anchor Gretchen Carlson bravely took on her aggressor. Her decision to file a lawsuit against her former boss would go on to shake the good standing of Fox News, and, consequently, encourage other women who had been taken advantage of by Ailes to step forward amid the scandal. Megyn Kelly, who suffered the same fate as Gretchen, would go on to accuse Ailes of similar misconduct. The Bombshell movie focuses on the brave actions of these women and how they brought their former boss to justice. Gretchen Carlson. Without Gretchen Carlson, Bombshell would have never come to fruition. And that's because Gretchen is one of the first women to reveal what was truly going on behind the scenes at Fox News. Before pursuing a career in television, Gretchen brought home the title of Miss America in 1989. In 2000, she joined CBC News as a correspondent, becoming a co-host on The Early Show. And in 2005, Gretchen would join the workforce of Fox News, becoming a co-host on Fox and Friends. But while this opportunity would seem like a dream come true, it would quickly turn into a nightmare. Gretchen would be fired from Fox and Friends in 2013. And in 2016, when her contract with Fox News finally expired, she would file a lawsuit against CEO Roger Ailes, accusing him of inappropriate advances and behavior. It was Gretchen's brave actions that would encourage dozens of other women to step forward. This would lead to Ailes being forced to resign from his post. And subsequently, Gretchen's lawsuit would fuel the storyline for the 2019 film Bombshell. 21st Century Fox would settle her lawsuit for a total of $20 million. But this wouldn't have been possible if Megyn Kelly hadn't backed up Gretchen's claims. Oh, and let's not forget about Roger Ailes' repertoire of incriminating comments, which Gretchen had secretly recorded. Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly's story was used as a catalyst in Gretchen Carlson's lawsuit, but when asked about the harassment she faced at the hands of her former boss, Roger Ailes, Megyn revealed that his come-ons started as harmless jokes, only to turn into something else altogether. During an interview with Business Insider's Ignition, she revealed that the former CEO's behavior was a classic case of pro quo harassment. Mainly, you do this for me and I'll give you the promotion you're asking for. But despite all of this, Megyn revealed that she still viewed Ailes as a professional. But she confessed to Ignition that all that changed when he called her into her office, locked the door, and tried to physically force himself upon her. As surprising as this was considered as a vanilla incident when compared to what the women at Fox News had withstood over the years. When Megyn reported the incident, she was told to steer clear of her boss, prompting her to take matters into her own hands, all of which was clearly explained in the 2019 tell-all movie Bombshell. However, Bombshell isn't solely based on stone-cold facts, as is made obvious by the presence of Margot Robbie's character. A fictional twist. Before we reveal how Charlize Theron and Nicole Kidman, who play Megyn Kelly and Gretchen Carlson respectively, got acquainted on their on-screen counterparts, we should mention that Bombshell isn't solely based on real-life events. In fact, Margot Robbie's character, Kayla Pospisil, is a fictional character whose implications in the movie was created for dramatic effect. This ambitious character was added to the plot to represent the many women who refused to come forward when the Fox News scandal made headlines. But to better understand the real-life horrors that took place on the second floor of the Fox newsroom, we need to understand the real-life events that led to Roger Ailes' downfall. Roger Ailes' reign. Before Roger Ailes made headlines for female harassment, he was known as the most powerful man in cable news. Ailes founded Fox News in 1996 and would serve as a CEO for a total of 20 years. That is, until his reputation as a serial female exploiter finally caught up with him in 2016. When Gretchen Carlson's lawsuit made headlines, Ailes resigned from Fox News by submitting a letter. However, Ailes refused to admit to any of Gretchen's allegations, despite his former employee having a year's worth of recorded evidence. And just 1 year later, in 2017, Ailes would pass away without ever owning up to what so many women had accused him of. If there's only one thing Bombshell hopes to convey, it's how Roger Ailes used his position of power to lure women into career-shattering situations, all for personal gain. But to accurately convey the extent of Roger Ailes' reign, the entire cast of Bombshell had to get close to their on-screen counterparts and draw inspiration from their real-life experiences. Becoming Megyn Kelly. Charlize Theron founded her own film production company called the Denver and Delilah Productions, and it's through this avenue that she found out about the Bombshell script. The script was sent to Charlize in hope of being produced by her company, and she was also asked if she would be interested in acting in the film. In October of 2019, the leading ladies of Bombshell guest starred on The Ellen Show. And it's here that Charlize revealed that she had not made contact with Megyn Kelly. Instead, Charlize used source material to get close to her on-screen counterpart. But despite having no contact with her, Megyn Kelly was very aware that Charlize would be portraying her in the film. During an interview with the Daily Mail, Kelly revealed that she was happy that Charlize was taking on the role, saying that Charlize was smart and seemed like a good mom, so she could do worse. When asked if she would be watching the movie, Megyn said that she would let someone who loves her watch it first. This way they could tell her if she should watch it or not. While on The Ellen Show, Charlize said she really does hope that Megyn will watch it. Becoming Gretchen Carlson. Nicole Kidman opened up about how she came to accept the role of Gretchen Carlson during a QA session with Gold Derby. According to the actor, Charlize's production company approached her with the role while she was filming the movie Big Little Lies. And despite being exhausted, Nicole said that she knew that opportunities like this didn't come by often. On top of that, Nicole had wanted to do work with Charlize for well over a decade. Problem was, Nicole had her doubts. She didn't think that she looked like Gretchen Carlson, and felt as though many other actors could portray her better than she could. But all that changed when Nicole asked Meryl Streep if she would take on the role. And Meryl answered, "Absolutely." The Oscar-winning actor told Nicole that accepting the role of Gretchen would be accepting a part that marked a time in history. And that was the push Nicole needed to accept the role. To get into character, Nicole also used source material. And out of the three leading ladies, she's the one who spent the most time in the makeup chair. Nicole was transformed into Gretchen Carlson using tons of makeup and prosthetics. And she looked like a carbon copy of her. During an interview with EW, Gretchen Carlson herself spoke about the movie. She revealed that she could not make contact with anyone from the cast because of her settlement with Fox News. However, she said that she fully supports the making of the movie. Becoming Kayla Pospisil. As previously mentioned, Margot Robbie's character, Kayla Pospisil, is purely fictional. But that doesn't mean that Margot didn't do her fair share of research while preparing for the role. She spoke to a lot of survivors of assault, many of which had been targeted by Roger Ailes himself. However, a good thing to keep in mind is that while Kayla may be fictional, she does represent the many women who refused to come forward during the Fox News scandal. Some of these women still work at Fox and ask to keep their identities secret, which is why Margot's character plays such a crucial role in Bombshell. And while it may look like Margot didn't undergo a huge transformation to get into Kayla's shoes, she revealed, while on The Ellen Show, that she was made to wear a wig and fake eyelashes. Oh, and heaps of makeup. The reviews. Bombshell finally hit the big screen on December 13th, 2019. and it has people talking for all the right reasons. Although the movie is receiving mixed reviews, Charlize Theron, Margot Robbie, and Nicole Kidman are being praised for their performances. This is especially true for Charlize Theron, who truly connected with her character, Megyn Kelly, despite their political divide. Writer Charles Randolph, who won an Oscar for The Big Short, is also being celebrated. His depiction of the events leading up to the 2016 Fox scandal doesn't solely focus on the hardships of Roger Ailes' former employees, but rather of the mixed emotions that these women were dealing with while working with the manipulative founder. The movie focuses on the good, the bad, and the ugly of working for Fox during the Roger Ailes era, and how many women refuse to speak up or support each other out of fear of losing their jobs and harming their reputations. According to Charlize Theron, Bombshell is a movie that everyone should watch, a movie that can bring both men and women together in hopes of stopping history from repeating itself. Saving Bombshell. Bombshell gives us the inside scoop of what really happened under the Roger Ailes time on Fox News. It's a movie that reminds people that they deserve to be heard even when going up against the loudest voice in the room. But did you know that Bombshell came very close to being scrapped after suffering a financial fallout? During an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Charlize, who produced Bombshell, hit a bump in the road when the financing fell through. Charlize revealed that scheduling was the culprit. After all, the movie stars many household names, which made scheduling all the more complicated. Just 2 weeks before the cast was to start filming, the studio pulled out, and Bombshell flatlined. Luckily, within the next 72 hours, Lionsgate and Bronze Studios would come together to save the film. According to Charlize, this hiccup gave the entire cast the boost it needed, and they managed to wrap up production on time and under budget. Now that you know the true story behind Bombshell, how do you feel about the movie? And whose performance did you enjoy the most? Sound off in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to The Taco for more.